got the speakers on? Yeah, let's set up too. Alright, let's just do this. Alright. We usually have stand on startup music, but when we start this game started up. And I just tested all this stuff. Like laying on the time on nobody's timetable. I hate when it does this. Look bad. Alright, let's go ahead and connect. We're just gonna jump right in. We'll get this other stuff taken care of later. Okay, looks like, okay, buffering. Okay, we're on there now. All right. Okay. So I know this is the driver on here. Normally we come in with some music and everything. We got everything hitting, but you know I'm gonna keep it moving. Right? One mic don't stop no show, right?
There's always something.
Yeah.
with
You know. No, not with me. It's just always something. Period. You know, things happen. You know, life deals itself with the way it deal itself. All right. I'm sitting here. I'm the we're on 41 Sports Talk Radio on 41radio.net. I am the bench warmer, just sitting here, just kind of warming the bench evidently, because I ain't warming the right. To my immediate right is a man who needs no introduction, so I won't. To my immediate right after that is, no, it is Byron Williams. Byron is a 12-year NFL player. Now, normally we don't bring other teams onto the show, other avenues of the team, but he has a root here in Arlington, so I got to bring him on. He's a former NFL wide receiver for the Giants, the Colts, and a little soon to mention the Giants and the Colts.
That's fine. I was drafted by Green Bay.
He drafted by Green Bay, and then immediately went to the Giants after that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They just okay. Well, let the Giants use you, and they use you for a section too, right?
They did. They used me.
Yeah. Who's your coach?
Bill Parcells was the coach.
Yeah, what kind of coach was it? Because we heard a lot about Bill Parcells.
Oh, he's a no nonsense type of coach, and he's the kind of coach that let you know what's on his mind, and how you need to play the game for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't have no problems, huh?
I didn't have no problem. I was strictly a disciplined type of guy, so I didn't have a problem. I didn't have any off the field problems, but Bill Parcells, he built this team on positive things. When I first got to the NFL, all the guys that was on injured reserve, he sent them home.
Y'all need to be here. Y'all crowded in my field.
Yeah. So, but now he's straightforward. You know what to expect from him.
Okay. So we're actually introducing our segment, and this is based off of the NFL Players Association. Number one, I appreciate you guys having us on and keeping us on, but we're still here, and this is something that you guys want to consistently say. Hey, just because we left the NFL, we're not going anywhere yet.
Right.
And I know you haven't, because you've been all up and down the NFL Players Association.
Right, I have. I've been fortunate to be the president the last 4 years, from 2012 to 2016.
Okay.
And just got elected.
Well, you gotta get closer.
Yeah. Just got elected to the national board.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. Okay. So tell us a little bit about what happens what is the discussion? Because I know we hear about the CBA. Are you guys deeply involved in CBA discussions and all this other stuff that comes out with the players itself?
Yeah, we really benefited from the last CBA, and we was able to start up a program called the Trust, and each year we have $21,000 joining for the next 10 years. Now we in our 5th year into that collective bargaining agreement. So $21 million was going into it to help players make the transition from being a current player to a retired player, and so there's added benefits that players and their families can tap into.
Wow. And does that deal with also the medical issues also?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the medical issues, continuing education. They got a piece called the financial finesse piece. So it's quite a bit of information if you want to go to entrepreneur school, anything to help enhance your family and make the transition from being a current player to a retired player.
Okay. So how did you get involved? I mean, is there a process? Do you have to get voted or just be active, and then they just start bringing and say, hey, this guy right here is good to be a president for our chapter?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to be active just to see, be more of a positive effect of, just informing players, because a lot of players, we have our inner circle of people that we come in contact with.
Call it click.
Yeah. So after just start going to meetings and stuff, and I saw that we needed more leadership, or either more people to be engaged, and so I ran for office 4 or 5 years ago, and they elected me, and won back-to-back elections, and so I kind of started digging more into the grassroots of what the benefits are, because if you play 1 year or 2 years, there are still benefits for players that played, and
wow.
So I wanted to let them know what those were, and as you learn all the information, then you start sending it out. So I established a great group of leaders and former players here in Dallas, and we came up with this model of having 4 vice presidents and having a former Dallas Cowboy involved. So we wanted to reach people from all teams and all ages that played the game.
Now I'm here. I'm told that this is probably one of the biggest NFL players chapters.
Right.
Is that because it's Texas, or is it just we're talking just Dallas Fort Worth? We're not talking about Houston or San Antonio, because I know Houston and San Antonio has their own chapter.
Right.
So we're just talking about Dallas Fort Worth.
Well, I think the airport and what we sit have an effect, but a lot of guys come here to train, even when they was playing current football for a team. So, just the market itself.
Why would you not? It's Dallas.
Yeah, speak volume. So, and plus, the Cowboys. A lot of guys who play for the Cowboys still live here.
Yeah.
That's from all over the country.
Now you're from UT Arlington. Were you the last football team?
I was next to almost the last.
Next to almost the last.
Tim McCarthy.
Okay.
Yeah,
did y'all know it was gonna shut down?
We didn't know. It was like a shock. It was like a shocker to everyone that was involved in football.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Tim McCarthy wasn't another receiver.
But Tim McCarthy, Bruce Carley, we had a offensive center named Mark Cannon that went to Green Bay. We had guys that went to the NFL.
Wow, but it's just because of the program, not enough funding.
Not enough funding. Well, back then it was more of a commuter school, and it was people were going to UTA for, the cost. They were going for to get their degrees and stuff, and plus the Metroplex is real convenient. We're centrally located in the Metroplex, so they never did promote football, and we didn't really have
Maverick basketball.
Yeah, we actually have a good alumni backing.
Yeah.
I think you have to have all that good stuff. So the marketing part of it wasn't there at the time, but now it's a whole different school.
Well, now because you right down the street from Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah,
It makes it a whole different school. You think they're gonna bring back football?
Really, I'm only committed to see if we can bring it back, and we have presented some information to the current president. It's about 10 or 12 of us that's on that board. We're still trying to be creative on how that we can bring it back, and the reason why we want to bring it back. But the students themselves said they want football back.
Yeah, why not? Well, okay, so you just mentioned several things. You're on the committee for here. You're on the NFL Players Association. And I know you do your football mini camps. You've been doing those for years too, right?
23 years.
23 years, okay. So when we're talking, we're still here. You are definitely still here, very relevant in this football world. When do you have time to do anything else, or do you do anything else?
I do. I tell you what. I married my high school sweetheart, so we have 2 girls. They are grown, and
I would say bless you, man.
yeah,
You
but
got 2 girls.
hey, and so I just been able to, go to schools. I was in the track and turf business for 20 years. A lot of people don't know that. I was in sales, so I got a chance to meet coaches, go to the school, do a lot of motivation speaking to high school students, and do banquets and stuff like that. And they wanted to hear the old locker room stories, so I was able to, be very creative on building my stuff up for BW Sports and what I love to do. So it came, it came pretty naturally to go back and pour into the kids, because when I was a kid, people used to say, well, you ain't gonna be no Dallas Cowboy. And I used to tell people, I'm playing for the Dallas Cowboys because I want to be like Drew Pearson. I want to be like Lynn Swan, the 88s, and the number 88s at the time.
But it was taken, you had to go 87.
Well, yeah, but I looked up to those guys, and sometimes you just got to, just have that good feeling about what you want to do in life. And I was able to, have some pretty good careers in college, good games and stuff. So,
okay. Give us some locker room stories. Okay, so you said that, so I gotta deal with that. I know when Lawrence Taylor came in the league.
Oh man.
He was pretty much okay. So you came in '84, right?
83.
83. Okay.
Yeah.
So Lawrence Taylor was pretty much entrenched.
Yeah.
Into the league.
Well known.
Yes, but he was still Lawrence Taylor.
Right.
Okay. How did him and I think was it Jim Marshall? Leonard Marshall.
Leonard from LSU.
Yeah. How did him and Leonard Marshall? How was that? Did they have a good relationship, or because those defensive guys, they got a little testosterone in them.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then when Lawrence does what he does, it makes it heightens it a little bit more.
Right.
How did that locker room? How did that feel?
Well, I'll tell you, they had great chemistry on defense. They had Harry Carson.
Yeah.
They had Gary Reasons, and they had Carl Banks.
Carl Banks, yeah.
And so Leonard Marshall and those guys.
Defensive line.
Yeah, defensive line got together. They know that they was always for each other and either helping each other make those sacks. Because the one thing that Bill Belichick did, he was our defensive coordinator at the time. So he gave the freedom to Lawrence Taylor, and everybody on defense know that Lawrence Taylor can line up anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it doesn't matter what the play call is. Lawrence Taylor gonna line up where he wants to line up.
Lawrence Taylor can line up anywhere. I'm telling you, he can line up in the safety position. I've seen Lawrence Taylor line up all over the place. Mm-hmm. And the way the offenses was back then, they had to try to find 2 players to sign for Lawrence to stop him.
Yeah.
And they couldn't do that because he was all over the place. And so the chemistry of that defense was just awesome. And
where he lines up, y'all take care of everything else.
Yeah, so Leonard Marshall was happy to be on the team with Lawrence Taylor, but Leonard was a great player himself. We had Jim Burks, another nose tackle. So we had some great players. George Morton, we had some great players.
You didn't have to fight through those hard years as a Giant.
Man, I really enjoyed just sitting on the sideline watching those players. I would be on the sideline and just be, man, here they come with that blitz, and man, I tell you, it was terrible, man. I never forget when Lawrence broke Joe Theismann's leg.
Yeah.
It was in Washington.
It was a Monday night game.
Yeah, man, and everybody had to just, oh man, you could just see the blood.
And I remember Lawrence popped up and said, "Come on out here." He's yelling for the Washington Mission, "Get out here." And you can see that leg split. So you was at that game.
I was on the 50-yard line.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but Lawrence had some outstanding stories. Just knowing that we would go to LA and play the Rams, or play back then the Raiders. They was in LA.
He trying to kill Eric.
We would see some people that we back then. Soul Train was a big deal.
Yeah.
So we saw some of those people that was on Soul Train
dancers
be at the hotel. So I mean, it was like a celebrity deal.
So here's the question though. So when you guys, all right. So let me give you one question. When you came to Dallas to play against the Cowboys, and you just said Drew Pearson, because Drew Pearson was just getting out of his car accident, so he kind of maybe had 1 or 2 more years after that. Mm-hmm. You had to play against a Danny White. You got Tony Dorsett on the other side. Right. The Doomsday defense was still kind of dooms. It wasn't that much day. Right. But it was still kind of dooms. What was your thought pattern coming to Dallas saying, okay, we got to get these guys? Because it was always back and forth with Giants and Dallas.
Yeah, but my second year with the Giants was the first year that the Giants had beat the Cowboys twice.
Mm-hmm.
In 1984, we beat them twice, and that was the first time in 23 years that
ever happened.
That ever happened. But the Giants and the Cowboys always used to split a game, or before Parcells got there, the Cowboys dominated the Giants.
Right.
But when Bill got there, we kind of changed that changed it around.
We didn't get dominated no more.
Yeah, well, but man, it was always a battle to play the Cowboys. In any given day, any team should have won.
Yeah. Okay, so another player I want to ask you about, and then we'll move on to this NFL report. One of the players I've always been fascinated about was Joe Morris.
Yes.
Little Joe.
Little Joe, yeah.
I mean, that guy right there was like, he was like little, you know how Adam Ant just run through the line? I mean, I always thought, I'm thinking, why did his career end so short? Because that guy right there was good. He could have been one of the greats.
Yeah, because he was in Syracuse. He went to the University of Syracuse, but Jim Brown went, and so he held a lot of the records as well at the university. But Joe we call him Mighty Joe, and man, he would run and hard to tackle. I know.
He was so low centered to the ground,
right,
that you had to get lower than him, and getting lower than him, you gonna hit the ground,
right?
Because he was that little.
Man, I was so mad at one game, and I was downfield blocking for him, and next thing I know, he ran up my behind. I said, Joe, man, look, don't you ever do this again, man. This is not a good feeling.
Right.
But Joe, man, he's always laughing, good spirit guy, and man, I'm glad to get to meet him and know him, and yeah, he was hard to tackle.
Yeah, and then you got your fullback Rob Carpenter.
Yeah, Rob. Yeah.
Yeah, who was now his son ain't that much. We call him Booby Carpenter. But Rob Carpenter was a great blocking back for Joe.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Rod, when I first got there. And then, Rod had a great career. He was a power back.
Yeah.
And with John Reagan, they
y'all had that offensive line that was just unstoppable. That offensive line was
Big Bill Roberts from Ohio State.
Yeah.
Billy Art. They had some big boys on that's when the line started getting big.
And then Washington came out with the Hogs.
Yeah, the Hogs. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your favorite time in the NFL? What team was your favorite time? Was it the Giants or?
Yeah, it had to be the Giants. I got a lot of history and had some good games. I had one of my best games, almost 170 yards. So I scored some touchdowns against the Cowboys. So the Giants just playing there was a fun time to play in the Meadowlands. You don't know what kind of day it's gonna be. It could be a windy day and
freezing.
Oh man, it was but good experience, and I'm glad I was able to go the route I did.
Okay. Well, given that we're gonna segue because we talked about Lawrence Taylor and the antics that he had on the field. He had these antics on the field. And when I say antics, they were antics. And he talks about how he got his style actually from an ex-Cowboy, Hollywood Henderson.
Right.
That's why he was the number 56.
Right.
Because of Hollywood Henderson. And Hollywood Henderson had his own antics on the field.
Absolutely.
I mean, some serious antics.
Yeah.
Well, the NFL report is coming out that they're looking to open up the marijuana study. What do you think about that?
Well, I think studies have shown that marijuana use have helped some people. Mm-hmm. And so I think they need to have an open mind about it and understand that guys are doing it in the off season, and some guys need it because it helped their whatever they're dealing with. So
like a Randy Gregory.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it'll be good for the game, and that way, you can get players off the field problems solved, and then if they do have a problem and they need to use marijuana as a cure for what they have, then it'll make better for the game.
Yeah, because marijuana is not necessarily it's not a speeder. It's a you kind of settle down with marijuana. It's not something that's going to make you be a better athlete. Right. It's not something that's going to make you be a stronger athlete.
Right.
Hey, because actually it's something that's going to drag your athleticism down.
Right.
Because of what it does to you. Not that I know this.
You sound like you know it.
I read the reports.
Okay.
Reports here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to go with that.
Yeah.
But it actually relaxes you more.
Right.
So, you know, in this game, you need to be, you can't be on the sideline just, I'll let y'all go on out there and take this play. You know, that's what marijuana does to you. It makes you want to take a play off. You know, but would you be for, I mean, if they do they normally put votes out if you guys are for or against? Would you be for them saying, okay, we need to get lighter, we need to become lighter on marijuana?
Well, I think right now with the NFLPA.
Yeah. Hold on, we got a call real quick. Hold on, let me take this call real quick. Hold on 1 second. All right, Carl, you're on.
Cedric.
Oh, okay.
Company.
What's going on, Kevin? This is so let me introduce you. Okay, so Kevin, we got Byron Williams on. You know, ex-Giant.
Y'all got what now?
Byron Williams on with us right now. He's an ex-Giants. He played with the
Byron
Williams. Oh, wide receiver number
Byron Williams.
Yeah, number 87 for the Giants. And he's
What year?
What year?
83 to 86.
83 to 86.
You were there at were you there at the Miracle in Meadowlands?
No, that was in 76, right?
79.
79.
Yeah, I went there.
Yeah, that was 79. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Kevin Lyons. Kevin Lyons is an ex-reporter for the Cowboys. He covered the Cowboys in what is it, 95?
Between 95 and 99.
95
Yeah,
and
so
99.
that was last time they went to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're actually talking about the report that came out about marijuana study and NFL opening up. They're becoming lax on their marijuana studies, or they're just open up the conversation.
Well, I think they're opening it up, and I think you know, when the NFLPA got involved, you know, it's more on the player side to see what the players want. That's what we fight for with the Players Association, and you know, we need to see how we can make the game better versus making it damaging.
Well, the players don't want more marijuana.
All the players don't want to smoke.
but you have to go through the majority consensus, right?
Correct.
So
it's kind of like the collective bargaining agreement, you know.
Yeah. How much are you, as far as the collective bargaining agreement? That's coming up on the 20th, right? I mean, 2020, right?
They'll start talking about 2020, yeah.
In 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How are you guys trying to move closer to not having a strike or anything like that? Or are you trying to set up guys just in case the owners say we're not going to do it, we're not moving?
No, we already have things in place right now just in case the owners want to start going backwards instead of going forward. And so we got stuff in place for players to sit out and be prepared to sit out.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna stand united, and I was fortunate. I was elected to go to the current players and the retired players meetings this past convention.
Wow. So last collective bargaining agreement, they wasn't ready to sit out.
They was almost they actually had money set aside for players, but this time they'll even be more prepared.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a fight to the end now, huh?
Well, the owners are making billions, and when players sign a contract, they always get heavily, publicized that this player making more than what they should. But hats off to the players and make as much as you can, because the game is not even promised to us tomorrow. But it's a short, it's a short window out there for us playing the game. So if you can make whatever you can make,
you can make it.
Make it. So, but no, we fight for the whole group, the whole, all almost 2,000 players.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the future players. We now going back to high schools and talk to the top 300 players in high school, because studies show that 55% of those guys can probably play in the NFL.
Wow. So you guys are digging back to the future to say this is how we're going to structure this thing. So
right.
when you come up, you already know how to operate.
So we are preparing younger players now to what this game is all about and what they have to look forward to if they happen to play in the National Football League.
Okay. All right. Having said that, we're gonna keep the show moving, right?
Keep it moving.
All right. So Kevin, we're actually going over we're dissecting the NFL division by division, and so we have to start with the NFC East. Was that all right with everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got some depth chart here, but I want to get. Okay, so the Cowboys last year were 13-3. I don't think they're going to finish 13-3 this year.
Well, I want to ask can I ask your host a question, Mr. Williams, a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Did you go to UT Arlington?
I did.
Oh, okay.
We talked about that before you called in, but yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
That's fine. I'm living in Austin, so I'm like, okay, yeah, fine.
Okay. Yeah.
No, he's a. I got into sports because of my brother. This is my brother.
Oh, okay.
And I got into sports because he forced me into sports.
Well, you did a good job.
Well,
I'm glad you got into sports.
I think you got in on your own.
Well, you forced me playing the football set.
Well,
You remember the football set back in the day?
Oh man, y'all had fun.
The football set was it. Yeah,
I couldn't afford a football set. I had to go out there and draw my lines on the grass, man.
Oh, we did that in the sand.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. You played that in a little dirt
yeah.
on the outside of the apartments. You know, you thought you had a yard, but yard didn't have no grass. So I'm thinking, and I'm gonna start with the Cowboys. I don't think they're gonna finish 13-3. And the reason why
I think the
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I think the Cowboys this year, they're going to be two ways. They're going to be like what Carolina was 2 years ago, right? Carolina goes to the Super Bowl, and they lose to Denver, and they come back, and it's, they do nothing. Or they're like Atlanta, right? Atlanta got better and better every year, and finally had the year where they broke through, and, they literally had Super Bowl in their hands, but as the politicians joke, the Falcons didn't campaign in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania until they lost, Not to throw
They did that Marshawn Lynch.
presidential election joke on you, but yeah.
Yeah, they did that. We're not gonna run Marshawn Lynch no more.
So I just.
Yeah, the reason why I don't think the Cowboys are gonna go 13-3 because number one, they got a harder record.
Yeah.
They're playing number one top teams. Right. And I think when teams start learning the how Ezekiel runs, how Dak plays, when he started, because this year they didn't really know Dak.
Right.
So now they got film. They got tape on what's his Achilles heel, what's gonna stop him. So that's gonna happen. And then the Giants kind of they have the blueprint on how you beat Dak. So teams will start looking at that blueprint and saying, okay, let's use some of these schemes to be able to beat Dak. So it's gonna make it a little bit harder for him. And then the defense, they lost like every defensive back known to man in their back. All they have is Byron Davis. It's Byron Jones back there. Mm-hmm. And Orlando Scanders was coming off of an injury.
Right.
Nolan Curl, yeah, he went to Philadelphia, but he wasn't that great in Philadelphia. Their depth chart and defense and their defensive line, they've got 8 suspensions they got to deal with, which is going to cost them $500,000. I didn't realize that teams have to play for suspended players now.
Oh yeah.
It's going to cost them $500,000, and that's like the tops of any team.
Yeah, they have some problems.
They got their defense. I think their defense was going to kill them.
I think they're going to be the focus point if the defense can come through, but the secondary and the secondary is kind of unknown. Yeah,
and to me, who knows about Antonio Brown? Yeah, he had a great, he had a decent year last year.
Yeah,
Antonio Brown,
the cornerback
for the Cowboys.
Yeah,
it's not Antonio
Brown. It is. Hold on, I got the depth chart right here. I gotta get my glasses. Where my glasses at? Where my glasses at? It's Antonio something. Oh, it's on the back.
I just don't think you can predict too soon. You just never know. Everybody's got their prognostications before the season starts, and it always turns into something else.
Yeah,
I just think that you've got to be careful about trying to make predictions. They ain't played a preseason game yet. I guess the first preseason game is day after tomorrow. So let's see some plays first. Well, I will say this: they're the favorites to be right there at the end. So let's see what happens. Is Dak gonna go? Is he gonna turn to RG3, or is he gonna turn to Andrew Luck, or is he gonna turn into Russell Wilson? What's he gonna be? Because he came out of nowhere.
He did.
So that's the question. And if he can play well, and Ezekiel just gives them 90% of what he gave them last year, they're going to Super Bowl. But if Dak doesn't play well,
Okay.
Well, there are a lot of teams with great running backs don't go to Super Bowl.
You're still so.
Yeah.
So I just heard a slight prediction from you, and I don't know if this is a slight. You say if they give them 90% and Dak plays well, they're going to the Super Bowl.
This is an offensive league. I mean, the Patriots didn't win Super Bowl last year because they had a great defense. I mean, we are past the Byron Williams Giants days of Lawrence Taylor and those guys that just wrecking havoc on you. This ain't that. You know, this ain't even the 2001 Ravens.
This ain't the Ravens either, yeah.
This is, you got to play offense to win.
But what I want to say is the NFC East, I think they have some good receivers. And the Cowboys is in a tough division.
They just added receivers.
Yeah.
You know, you got Alshon Jeffries.
Right. Brandon Marshall.
Yeah. Terrell Pryor.
Yeah. So I just hope that defense can, hold them off, and maybe the offense can score some points. Dez Brown can put some points up because they definitely going to score points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, the question is how many points. I mean, and this is when the thought pattern of let's draft Ezekiel over Jalen Ramsey, or who's the guy from San Diego, Joey Bosa. Let's draft Ezekiel because Ezekiel can keep our offense on the field and keep the defense off the field.
Plus he's young. Plus he was he's just a junior in college.
Yeah,
he came out early, so
he's like 21 now, 22 now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is consensus, Lewis? We hadn't heard from you yet.
Y'all doing all the talking, but hey, I'm just enjoying it. Seriously, when you look at the NFC East and you think about the strength of schedule, you think about the Cowboys coming out the NFC East, as tough as it is.
Right.
But because they finished first place last year, the Cowboys now have the second toughest schedule in the NFL. Now, will they be 13-3? For me personally, I doubt it. I'm giving them 10-6 benefit of a doubt. I do factor in the fact that Ezekiel Elliott may be suspended minimum 1, max 2 games this year. I think this sophomore season for Dak Prescott will be very telltale and determine what type of quarterback he is for one of the most storied franchises in NFL history. Mm-hmm. It's not easy being a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys for anybody, but for him to do what he did last year, and I kept pointing out last year from the very beginning, that first preseason game against the Rams in LA, how he came out and he just looked cool as a cucumber, never changed the whole season. Now you got, as you always say, Cedric, well, teams got tape on him.
Right.
Now we're about to find out exactly how he could rebound from that. Now that teams have tape on him, does he adjust? Does Scott Linehan help him in that adjustment with the offensive plays? Or we're going to see more of a wrinkle in the offense in terms of, do we see more plays that we didn't see last year?
Well, they said they were going to open up the playbook for him.
And I think that can handle that.
He actually said, they're opening up the playbook for me. So, and they started doing that at the end of the year. Because you saw Dak make more adjustments at the line, more different types of adjustments at the line than he was at the beginning of the year.
Right.
So, I mean.
But, I have to say that the Giants, wow.
Well,
I think they are going to be NFC East favorites for me.
Let's go to the Giants.
Okay.
All right, Kevin, you ready? We're going to the Giants now. You still got Eli Manning. Geno Smith is a backup. I don't know why that came about.
Come in.
I mean, but
Eli Manning do not get hurt, so I just don't see.
Yeah, but the deal with the Giants though, you add you got Odell Beckham, but you also add who's the other receiver they added? Brandon Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
You know and you still got Sterling Sharp back there.
That's not Sterling Sharp.
Shepard. I just saw Sterling Sharp. I was watching him the other. But you got Sterling Shepard back there. I think that's that wide receiver combination is probably one of the best wide receiver combinations in the NFC East right now.
I think so.
Yeah.
You know, and Eli he don't make spectacular plays. He just makes the right play.
Right.
At the right time.
I think that's the Giants' Achilles heel is at times which Eli are you going to get, because we've seen within the last 6 years you get bad Eli or get the good Eli. Good Eli, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. The bad Eli, 1 touchdown, 4 picks.
Yeah, but so I think the beauty about this,
kind of like Danny White.
yeah, it was. It is like Danny White. No, Danny, no.
But one of the things you have to keep in mind, and it's the offensive lineman too. I think the Cowboys still gonna have a plus on the offensive lineman.
Yeah, because their offensive line is not as good as the Cowboys. But
Right.
I think the difference between this Giants team and the Cowboys team, number one, this Giants team got a great defense.
Yeah.
I mean, their defense can hold you down, and all this Giants team got to do is score a couple of points.
Well, no, all 3 losses last year for the Cowboys were against NFC East teams.
NFC East teams, yeah.
Twice against the Giants, and I mean the throwaway game against the Eagles. But I mean,
Yeah, that's a throwaway game.
I mean, Dak Prescott had.
But they did lose to it.
Right
Yeah.
to
I
the.
mean, that's, you can throw away all you want.
They had
Oh,
their
and
4
they lost
strings
the
on.
Packers, don't
They had lost the Packers, but the Packers game was their playoff game.
And that's the
they could have
Packers
actually.
are in the NFC East.
Yeah,
So
they
let's
could've-
not forget about some other teams.
Yeah, they could have beat the Packers if they one play. Aaron
No,
Rodgers.
no,
Aaron Rodgers was
the
just.
Packers are the better team that day, dude.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was just. He was. I mean, that one pass he threw was it.
Kevin's not gonna let you have it.
That one
They
pass.
were up 30-something to whatever, and they fell asleep.
Yeah.
The Packers fell asleep, and the Cowboys came back, and then next thing you know, okay, let's wake up again.
Yeah.
You know.
I just don't think you can look at a comeback from 3 or 4 touchdowns and say Dallas is a better team.
No,
When
I
the
didn't say
Packers were
Dallas.
awake, they were the better team.
No, I'm not saying Dallas was a better team. I'm just saying, you know, that showed for me. That showed the poise of Dak Prescott. That showed, you know, I don't care if this playoff.
Yeah. I mean, Dan White did a lot of that comeback. Almost. I mean, he threw the pass to Drew Pearson,
He was
and
almost.
Pearson gets dragged down in the catch game. That showed Dan White's poise. They still lost.
Yeah.
Let's not.
But Dan White, you can't. Are we ready to make some quarterback comparisons? Not yet. Not yet. But I hear what you're saying though. I do hear what you're saying. I think.
Let's let him have a career before we try to determine how
Who he
great
is,
he's going
huh?
to be. He had a great year last year.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
But
did.
I just want to
And
say
I
this.
think he'll have another great year.
Yeah, he should. He's mature minded. You know, just the way he think and the speed of the game. I mean, he caught on real fast.
He did.
Yeah, that was really good. I hate to watch 4 preseason games. I think they need to have 2 preseason games and let's go into the season.
Is that going to be the next thing on the table? Is let's break down preseason to just 2 and you go into the season. So instead of 16, you got 18 games.
I don't know if they're gonna do that because of the NFLPA right now is still not feeling that part.
That's too many. That's too many games.
Yeah, 18 games, but you know, I just think they got 4 preseason games. Just too many because the majority of the teams now kind of know who's gonna be on that roster. So it's a different game now. It's not like
like back in the day when you didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah,
because you got all these OTAs.
yeah.
That you're going through.
Yeah, they know their whole personnel up and down now.
So this right here is just a waste of time.
Yeah.
He got to call back. Let's see something here. Okay, so his phone was down. He's gonna call back. Okay, he'll be back next week. Okay.
I do want to mention this real quick, and I want to make a correction. Strength of schedule. The Cowboys' opponents for this year were a combined 134-118 last year for a 53 win percentage clip, 10th in the NFL. The New York Giants have a tougher schedule than the Cowboys. Their opponents went 135 and 117 for a 54% clip based on winning percentage. So Dallas is 10, the Giants is 9. So their schedule is just as tough as the Cowboys this year.
Okay, so I mean, but all I'm saying is this right here. Giants probably had the same type of schedule last year too.
Yeah.
Their strength of schedule was probably the same thing last year.
Right.
So they're not. This is not going to shock them as far as who they're playing. You know, when you playing, they're playing. Cowboys are playing Atlanta. You know, and Atlanta should have beat New England. You know, I got that should have thing going on.
Okay.
You know, they should have beat New England. Atlanta gave that up.
Yeah, they should have.
They gave that up. That was just bottom line. You know.
Yeah.
So moving right along. Do we have? Yeah, we got time. Moving right along. The Washington Redskins. Washington Redskins added Terrell Pryor. You know, the defense, I really wasn't. You know, I'm not keen on defense. They do have Samaje P. Ryan.
Right.
If you saw him in college,
he can run.
yeah.
Oh, you.
Oh, yeah. He can put some things down.
He can come in and he gonna be pretty. He should be a rookie.
He should be that. Who they got? Rob Kelly is there. They penciled Rob Kelly in as the starter.
I mean, we'll see how they turn out.
Yeah, but Shamar Speed can run. Matter of fact, he's at Arlington.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my sister actually taught him.
Okay.
Yeah, well, she counseled him. So, and then, like I said, they added Terrell Pryor. So Kirk Cousins got another weapon. And with Kirk Cousins with another weapon, you know, Kirk Cousins was pretty much clean last year.
They lost Pierre Garçon and Deshaun Jackson, though.
Yeah.
So you got Terrell Pryor and
Jameson Crowder, Jordan
Reed, your tight end. Yeah.
Jordan Reed, good.
Yeah, you got Jameson Crowder.
They still got weapons.
They still got, and then Vernon Davis.
Don't throw the ball.
And then you forgot Vernon Davis.
Yeah, Vernon Davis.
Yeah, he still got you know. But the other thing, with Washington is the same problem that the Giants have. Their offensive line is not necessarily that great either.
Yeah, they just got Trent.
Yeah. That offensive line is not just a mind blower.
Right.
You know, and then their defense is really not, you know, you can run on them.
Right.
So do they wind up the same record as they had last year? The same 8-7 that they were last year? They was 8-7-1 last year.
Yeah, that's right. They did tie.
Was Philadelphia?
I think
No, they tied. They tied Cincinnati.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Cincinnati always ties. Why does Cincinnati tie every year?
I don't know.
It seems like every year Cincinnati will tie.
At least one game.
Yeah. It seems like the past couple of years they've been tying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so Washington's. I mean, they. You know, we might be. I think the only two top contenders in this division, even though Washington added and Philadelphia added and the Giants, I think you still got the top two, Dallas and the Giants.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, I think those two top two. So I'm still thinking, and Washington and Philadelphia got to fight out that last part.
Yeah.
You know, because Philadelphia started out hot.
They started
shoot, Carson Wentz, everybody. Man, we thought he was, you know, the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
And then they just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
I mean, and now they did who they added
Alshon
Jeffries, LeGarrette Blount.
Right.
Yeah.
They also added and on defense they added Terrell. Who's this? Chris Long. They added him on defense, and they added. I thought they had who they add from the Cowboys. The defensive end from the Cowboys. I got it right here.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
You know, he must Fletcher Cox. He must not have been nobody because they don't have him on a depth chart.
Not on there yet.
Nah, he was on one of these depth charts that I saw. Yeah, well, anyway, but so they really didn't add anybody on defense. And in their draft, they got defensive end Derek Bennett from Tennessee. He's number 14.
Defensive end,
yeah. I mean, but he's got to work his way up too.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I still don't understand why do they not actually pencil in Darren Sproles as the star?
Man, he the best thing on the
exactly.
in the backfield.
Darren Sproles,
you cannot stop him. Man.
You can't.
I can't figure that
but
out.
They
And
never
he's a decent running back.
They never pencil him in as a starter. They never pencil him in.
I don't know why.
I mean, and he run kickoffs back. He can do.
He probably win 2 of these games that they lost last year by himself.
He probably could. Yeah. You throw him out of the backfield. You throw it out of the backfield. He's there.
Yeah.
You know, because he can make you miss. And he's got that speed. He's short. He's low center of gravity. I mean,
if you get the ball in his hand, you know
it's done deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have some problems.
Absolutely.
But they never pencil him in as a starter. You know, Nick Foles is back with the Eagles.
He's gonna play.
Yeah. Well, because he got Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
So why would you bring him back?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, don't forget they also added Torrey Smith from the 49ers, who was always known as being a deep threat. So you've added 2 veteran wide receivers on top of adding LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah, and then they Nelson Aguilar.
Is he still on the team?
He's still on the team.
Yeah.
He showed up a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
You know, but they're going to have a lot of they've got a lot of people to drop from this team. Their roster going to get cut out pretty severely.
Doug Peterson was he's a good coach. He's going to be a good coach.
Yeah, where did he start out at? You remember him?
He was at Kansas City, but he was coaching high school well.
Oh yeah.
He was.
Yeah, they just brought him in, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So are we all on the same consensus that it's Dallas or the Giants?
Oh yeah,
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now,
I agree with that.
Now the question is, can the Cowboys beat the Giants?
No,
Just right out now.
I don't think
For
so.
me, you think about the 2 games last year. The first game, 20-19. I have a slight feeling Dallas could have won that game had.
I think that
Terrence
first
Williams
game had he
ran
ran
out
out
of
of
bounds.
bounds. Yeah, they didn't win the game.
I mean, I
They
just
didn't win the
don't know
game, yeah.
what that man was thinking.
Yeah.
If he got close enough for Dan Bay, we may have won that game. I can't guarantee that. But
That's
remember, it was 20-19.
Yeah, that
That
first
was
game,
the
and that was to me, I think the beauty of that is it was the first game of the season.
Yeah.
So Dak Prescott hadn't seen the defense before. He hadn't seen none of the stuff that was going on. So for him to make it 20-19, you know, and Ezekiel Elliott he said, you know, I was running light. I didn't know, you know, what this league brought to me.
Right.
So I had to learn how to run.
Right.
And I learned throughout the season. Although I think they misused him as he got to the end of the season because, yeah, as he was learning, he started becoming better and better, and they started cutting down on runs.
And plus, they had limited plays too because they had those rookies, first year
Yeah,
players.
yeah. So you're not going to throw the playbook at him.
Yeah, so now they should be better.
But then you get to the second game, though, and the second game was still tight. You know, you got a couple plays. I think that's when he threw his second interception, his third interception in that second game, right?
Yeah.
To,
I
Le'Veon
think the
Collins.
final score was 13-10. Something like
In the
that.
second game?
It was kind of low scoring.
Yeah,
as
it
well.
was tight too.
I mean, but again, in both games, the Giants defense gave Prescott fits.
They did,
They kept
they did.
blitzing them, and I mean, there was
Well, see what they did was they saw what Minnesota did, and they saw what Baltimore did. Because
That game right there.
Baltimore, Minnesota brought the hammer to him.
Right,
They brought everything, and he
right,
he didn't know how to handle it.
right.
I mean, but so you're saying no? You're saying
Another
Sweep.
sweep.
I don't know if it'll be a sweep. I know
the first game they're gonna lose.
the Giants haven't lost a game here in Dallas since they moved over 2011. Since they moved over.
Since Eli Manning marked his name on somebody else's locker.
Yeah. So,
Is it really?
Yeah, they have.
We've not beaten the Giants since
No,
here.
no, we haven't.
Wow.
No, since they opened the stadium.
that's it.
Well,
And so I'm gonna go with them until they do it.
So you're saying
I'm
so
I'm
you
Giant.
say if
I'm wearing my
yeah,
Giant
there's no
hat.
reason to feel that way.
Yeah.
if they beat the Giants here, then they never gonna beat the Giants in the Meadowland. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
We don't mark that down. What day is it? What time is it? We got a time step on that thing right there.
It's August the 1st.
August 1st, first day of. Okay, so before we kind of wrap it up and we get to our entertainment segment, what do you think about all these? Number one, what do you think about this stuff that's going on with Ezekiel Elliott? And has the Players Association got involved with? Can they shut down this investigation? Because I've never seen an investigation go for a year, this long, and then come to find out the lead investigator, she's a staunch Giants fan who turned her whole room into a Giants cave.
Okay.
You know, so in her mind, she's gonna do whatever she may or may not do whatever it takes to get him suspended. What do you think about that whole thing?
Well, I really don't know that much about it, but I'm thinking that the NFL Players Association is going to back him because he's a player.
Uh-huh.
And we have to back players when they have some off the field issues and stuff. So I hope that they make the right decision for him. I think he deserves to play. We always say, look at this, any case, you know, until proven guilty, you know, then we have to deal with the issues at hand at that particular time. But I think if the truth come out and you know, just, you know, he's a young man, and I think every now and then you have to slap their hands and
Take some money. Charles Haley said, just take some money away from him.
yeah.
He'll learn.
But yeah, I don't think taking money is gonna be the issue. It's solve the problem. But
I just don't understand why it's going on so long. what's taking so long for them to come to a decision?
Yeah, I think they don't have all the facts.
They'll never have all the facts.
Yeah, so.
I mean, if Ohio don't have all the facts,
Right.
you know, if no one's putting all the facts out there, then what are you gonna do? You gonna keep it out there, keep it hanging over his head?
Yeah, they need to make some decisions and choices on what they need to do with him. But that's my take on it. I know the Players Association go back Ezekiel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then we talked about these the Cowboy suspensions. How do you guys deal with all these suspensions? These players getting suspended? Do you sit these players down and say, "What the heck are y'all doing?"
But actually, they got a guy hired. Every team got a guy hired. I think Kevin Hill is
Kevin Hill is that one.
is that guy for the Cowboys, and I think they just have to go and to each of those individual players and see what those issues are, and then just hopefully they can resolve them.
Is that when you bring veteran players in that's been in the game before and say, "Okay, this you guys need to stand and talk
Right.
about what's going on"? Because one of the things that Dante and I was talking about when he was on the air was that there's no veteran leadership on the team.
Right.
But the NFL Players Association is that veteran leadership. That does the NFL actually acquiesce to you guys? So you got, hey, we got some issues over here. Can you guys come in and talk to these guys?
Well, each player got two union reps, and I know Jason Witten and Bailey, the punter, and then Byron Jones. I think he just got elected as the alternate. So those are the 3 players reps for the Cowboys. So those guys are the one that need to go in and take charge, as well as the quarterback.
Right.
Because I know Tony Romo was in a leadership position for years for the Cowboys. So
You say he was?
yeah, he was. But he just didn't speak out loud. But I think in the locker room, everybody knew that Tony was one of the key leaders and key people of the team. Because the last 2 years I was invited to go over to the union reps and be a part of that, and I saw that.
Saw him. Okay, so I mean, you can only do so much, correct?
Right. At the end of the day, they grown men, and once they leave that complex, it's a lot of things out here grabbing at their attention.
Well, so you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it.
That's right, absolutely. So.
I'm not saying that he's a horse. I mean, he run like a horse, but
Right.
All right, so let's do this right here. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna get into our entertainment hour. We're gonna talk about the little Bobby Reed situation. We're gonna do our he say she say. I know we already got mixed feelings on the he say she say. And then it was something else we were supposed to talk about, right? I forget, but we'll figure it out. I run on the fly all day long.
That's what you do.
All right, this is 401 Sports Talk Radio on 401radio.net. We will be right back. You need to take us out, Lewis.
You're doing a good job.
Okay, well, we'll be right back then.
Let's roll.
All right.
I was trying to find for it. about him being involved in the network, you know, people start liking him and start appreciating him. Oh, you talking about running back? Oh, Kurt Warner. Play with Seattle? He was a bad boy. Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah. He didn't have no running back. Yeah, they know they have no running back. Yeah. Yep.
He was sorry.
Yeah.
He had to go and get him.
Yeah.
But you got the list up?
No, actually, I was looking at what y'all was talking about. The stadium opened on May of 2009. The Giants went in there. It's not.
No, that's fine. This is off aid. This is off stage stuff. This is behind the scenes. No, you can not watch it. It is. It's behind the scenes stuff. How they can hear us.
Since
Go ahead. It's 2009, right?
the stadium opened in May 2009, and I pull up all the home games, and the Giants they lost the first 4 games from 09 all the way up to 12. 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, 0-4, 0-4, 2-4, 3-4. The Giants were 5-3 against the Cowboys since 09. They including 4 straight losses to begin.
But at Texas State,
At AT&T, since AT&T opened.
Also, they
In
had
09.
one at AT&T against the Giants, right?
Yes, since May of 09.
Okay.
The Giants, they started off 4 straight years of beating the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium.
4 straight years, what?
4 straight years. 4.
All right. I'm gonna. Okay, she here. Okay.
Is that her? I'll let her sit over here.
It's raining out there in this
All small world now. We on
Hey, girl.
we on a
Hey,
schedule
what's
here.
up?
We on a schedule here.
You don't understand
You go
the story, y'all don't understand.
It's raining out there?
Yes,
Yeah, Byron.
You coming off?
Yes, it's easy.
Oh, okay.
Place until she gets there.
Okay.
you could drive through it.
Okay, man. I'll get your mic. Is he out there or in there? Is he in or out?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you got to know this chair. We got a 4th chair. Are you in or out?
I wasn't gonna sit in my chair unless you want to
Yeah,
sit
we
on
got,
the corner.
no, you sit on the corner.
Okay.
We got 4 mics. You know, you scoot in.
I know.
That's like we like it.
This one. Go ahead.
All right. Bobby, you heard about Bobby? About transgender. And then we got, he said she said
He changed it.
I've been talking about that all day.
Actually, that's on him.
Yeah, I wrote stuff.
The question was, are you considered a bad parent if you smoke weed? Kind of similar to what they were talking about at getting shot.
she was doing that thing. My thing is respect her, but
But he changed it. I did.
My disrespectful.
Yeah. And especially that week. So we go.
all right, you ready? All right.
Okay.
I see you like that when I say it.
Ready?
Lewis is gonna be out the picture.
So I'm ready.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. We got some little chill out music going on right now. You know, just kind of something that's gonna get your groove on, right? Kind of something to chill out with. You know, ain't nothing going on. So you know, I heard it's raining outside.
Yeah, so this is perfect.
Can you hear me?
We get everybody on?
No.
Everybody should be on.
Testing. I'm talking real soft. Okay.
We got everybody on.
And you know, Dante would have told you up turn playing that music.
I think that's why I'm playing why he ain't here. Yeah, he want that hard, you know, rock stuff. Like, oh no, you know.
He want
Fetty
that
Wap or
break.
something
He want
like
the
that.
rap.
Fetty Wap.
You like that rap stuff.
You don't hear what they're saying. All right, this is 41 Sports Talk Radio on 41radio.net. I like saying 41radio.net. That just sounds so good.
That sounds good.
It sounds
That
so
sounds
good.
good.
If you guys want to call in, you call in to 469-249-2411. Say again, 2411. Always use that right there. Or if you want to go to the website, you go to 411sportsnews.com. Get all the news you need. Get all the news that's good to use. I like to sound pretty good too, didn't it?
Sound good.
Well, yeah. Rolling out.
Yeah, you're rolling.
Or if you want to listen to
That's what I said. That's smooth. Go ahead with the smooth jazz. Go on and flow with
if
that.
you want to listen to the radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can listen to 41radio.net.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get old school R&B and hip hop. Now we got a neo soul. We got neo soul and jazz in our 12 to 2 hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the old school hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like some LL Cool J.
That's my favorite genre right there.
LL Cool J, some NWA, you know,
yeah.
some KRS-One, some
NWA.
EPMD, Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's between 2 to 5.
LL Cool J, I mean, love.
No. Mama said knock him out. Yeah, so they.
I heard some Tupac earlier. He was
That's
jamming.
Tupac. Oh,
He's
yeah,
a
that is
Tupac.
Tupac. Yeah. So you have that, and then if you want to go to the jazz station, you listen to jazz and blues. So we have our own oasis, jazz and blues. Or if you want to do gospel, you like just straight gospel, you want to get your religion on. You know, you need a religion. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So we have all gospel stations. So you listen at forumradio.net, and we also have an app. So you go to your iPhone, and you down your iPhone or your Android, you go to 411 Media, and you get all 3 stations.
See, I was
Oh.
working
And the
on
links
that
are on
work.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to 411 Media, and you download all 3 stations.
Okay, you hear that, Natalie? Shout out to Natalie. I was
Shout
talking
out
about
to
that.
Natalie.
earlier.
Yeah. You go to 411 Media, you get all stations.
Oh, okay. 401 Media.
Yes, and it's our own app. We ain't got to go through nobody else.
All right. Look at you.
And the who, the what?
Facebook.
And the links are on
Oh,
Facebook.
and all the links are on Facebook. If you want to see the show again, you can go to Facebook, or I have them on my website, 41news.com. So all the shows, all the podcasts are sitting on the website. This will be on the website. We're going to title this "We're Still Here." Byron Williams, we should appreciate you having here, and you're now have to sit through this entertainment segment.
I'm part of the team.
Get
Go
ready.
1-1.
Yeah, good.
Get ready.
All right, so let's.
Bob can handle it, trust me, he can.
let's
All right.
Everybody get close to your mic.
Yes.
All right, so what you got for us today? Small one.
Let's see. Now did he say, she say? All right, we're going to first talk about respect. Is it earned?
You want to do that one, don't you?
That's why I'm
Is it
laughing.
earned? Right, you see how slow I'm saying it. Is it earned? Or is it?
It depends on if you're smoking weed or not, right?
Right. Is it earned or is it what we say?
Marijuana.
Given.
Is it
Given.
earned or is it given?
Okay, thank you. See, I'm glad you're here. See, because I was thinking about the other topic. But yes, is it earned or is it given?
You can take the mic off if you want to.
Yes.
Yeah, it ain't gonna hurt you.
You don't think so?
No, it ain't gonna hurt you. There you go.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
There you go. I said it ain't gonna hurt you. All right. So is it earned or is it given? Now we have a couple of different genres here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. We got the Lewis genre, who is more of a 80s, 90s baby, more 90s 2000, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No, the straight 90s.
Straight 90s.
The straight 90s.
Nothing
From
like 89.
1990
He
to
did not say
99. Straight 90s.
90.
Yeah, that's it, just 90s.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm more of a 70s, 80s. You know.
Oh, you saying from 70 to
No,
79?
I knew the 70s era.
Yeah.
I knew the 70s era.
Okay.
You know, so I'm 8, 9, and 10 when the 70s are ending.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
Then we have a more of a 60s,
I think it's-
70s,
yeah, 60s.
60s era. Okay,
Yeah.
so we got two different eras here. So we need
Diverse
to,
group.
we got diverse group here. So
Right,
we need
okay.
to break it down to group era.
Okay.
So let's start with the youngest or the oldest.
Age before beauty.
Absolutely. So that would be me.
All right, let's start by is respect earned or is it given?
For me, it was earned because I always tell kids to work hard or hard work. Either way you put it, it's the same results. So you have to earn respect, earn your position, earn what you believe in. So I always, when I played football and worked in the classroom, I just had to earn it. And you can go a long way when you earn it versus somebody giving you something. So for me, respect is earned.
All right. Small world.
I agree with that too. You know, we're in the same
Cause
era,
you,
so.
cause you're older than me.
Okay, I am.
We gonna say that for now.
Okay. Same way, see, and then when all the guns and all the fighting, if you get out there and then you box it out and you fight, that's to earn your respect, either from, like he said, respect from working hard or out on the field, wherever it is, it's done clean and I would say good fun and safe.
So let me ask y'all this. Okay, go ahead. You want to answer real quick, and then I.
I'm with them. I think respect is more so earned than given. I think respect is for those who deserve it and not for those who demand it.
Okay, so let me ask this question. Let me switch around. Okay, so you're sitting in a classroom for the first time, and a teacher walks in. Has she earned your respect, or did you give her respect? A teacher walks in, you've never seen her before. She walks in as a teacher. Did she earn your respect, or did you give it to her?
Well, for me, I would give her respect because of her position that she holds.
Okay.
But if I go and look at her track record, I know that she earned that position because she had to work hard to be a teacher.
So respect can be earned and given.
Right, you're right.
Because from you're watching people work to get that earning of respect.
Right.
But if a teacher walks in, you've never seen their work. You just know she's a teacher, so you've given her respect because she earned that position to be that teacher until you see her body of work.
Right.
Or if she's 70 or 80, who's been there long and been through some things.
If she's still in school at 70 or 80,
You know what? I did have a.
well, she needs more money more than anything else.
Well,
No,
so
he
yeah,
actually was in school. He was like 80. He was in school because his wife died, and he wanted to just.
He just wants to do something else. Okay.
Yeah,
Let
he
him
told
tell
us
the story.
everything.
can I say this?
No, you can't.
No, come on now.
Go ahead.
When I played receiver, so every year we have these new freshmen coming in saying, "This is what I did in high school," and so they came in and they just automatically think that they're gonna be the #1 receiver. Okay, and then even if the coach put them at that position, and they go out and we have a 1 practice, 2 practice, and then they drop a couple of balls. Next thing you know, the defensive back is talking to them, and then come to find out they don't earn that position.
You just lost your respect.
Yeah, you just lost all respect.
Yeah, because you could come in as a #1 draft pick, Tony Mandrix.
Right.
Tony Mandrix came in #1.
Right.
Incredible Bulk. Remember that?
Right.
And he came in with respect
Right.
based off of what he did in college.
Yeah.
So he came in with respect. He didn't have to earn respect. He came in with the respect.
Right.
But then he lost his respect.
Once he got there.
Once he got there
and then proved that he should.
and showed his ass.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's why I said respect is for those who deserve it, not demand it. I'm gonna break that down.
Right.
The teacher example you gave,
Uh-huh.
I'm with him. I'm gonna give her the respect based upon the fact that's how I was raised. Grandma told me, you respect your elders. You giving that respect to people you don't even know, but because you know they're older than you are, you give it to them right off the top.
But you just gave it to him though.
But she deserved it at that point.
Because she and then again, that's where she earned it up to that point.
She didn't give me no reason to not respect her, so you don't have a choice but to give it.
Right, so you gave it at that time.
But when you start begging for respect,
Then
there's
you
an
don't-
issue.
Yeah, because then you don't deserve that respect. Because you're begging for something.
Respect is not opposing and it's not bad.
It's not.
That's just how I feel about it.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I mean, you gave a great example, but respect are for those who deserve it.
So,
And
so respect may not even be earned; it may be deserved.
You
instead
saying
of-
maybe. You saying the
instead-
keyword maybe deserved.
Instead of given or earned, is it deserved?
I think it's deserved after they know the fact, your track record of how you got to that position.
So you had to earn the track record to deserve the respect.
Good stuff.
To be given that respect.
Right.
Because
There's so many ways. There's so many
remember,
ways.
we're still talking about that teacher that walks in.
Right.
Okay, we got comments around here. Okay, Martez Turner says,
Who was here last week?
yeah, him and his
Week
wife. Is
before.
his wife not gonna? Is she gonna call in again?
She probably will. She's free to
Can we
do
get some
so.
food?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, you may have my respect when we meet until you do something for me to not respect you.
See, he going back to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're the teacher and you walking in, I ain't never seen you before.
Right.
Right. So that's you get that respect because you are the teacher, because you've done things.
I
in
gotta
the past.
respect my
You have
elders.
to. Yeah, you've done things in the past. It's not even just an elder. It's
Well, you said teacher, so I'm thinking I'm the student, that's the teacher, or if I'm in college.
if you're in college, she
evidently-
might be younger than you, and you just have to get
but
to college
see,
later.
but see, I'm giving respect because he's teaching the class.
Because of the position.
Right,
The position is what deserves that respect.
right.
It may not. Great example. Let's talk about coaches. Great example. Let's talk about coach. Who respected Chan Gailey?
Nobody.
See, but he was a coach. His position deserved that respect.
Barris Whistle.
Barris
Nobody.
but his position deserved that respect, right? Okay, Jason Garrett.
No.
But he worked his way up,
Well,
though.
let me tell you something. Jason have earned
Yes, he
the
worked his
respect.
Exactly.
At first,
yeah.
He was like,
Exactly.
a lot of people didn't respect him. Even the media didn't respect him.
Right.
they didn't.
So
They probably still don't.
then everybody was saying about Jason. No,
He's a
Jerry
puppet.
Jones just tell him what to do. He said,
There you go.
He's a puppet.
There you go. Right there.
But I'm gonna say right here, I don't think Jason Garrett is a puppet.
Not now.
And no, and I'm gonna tell you
No,
why.
why?
Back when
Because he just won 13 games.
You don't be a puppet winning 13 games. Exactly.
You heard that. I
He
told
not
you.
just-
that's
Yes.
nothing that's need to be
He
said.
won it 2
He
years
said
ago.
it.
13 games.
Absolutely.
You don't become
But-
a puppet winning 13 games.
Last year they said, well, here we go again. It's going to be an 8-8.
No, but last year you lose.
But I'm just saying.
But you lose. But what do? You lose Tony Romo, one of the best quarterbacks in the game at the time. You lose Dez Bryant, one of the best receivers at the time. Then you lost DeMarco Murray, who was one of the best running backs. You lost a lot of stuff on the offense. And then you got these
You
little.
talking about that 4-12
Look,
season?
Exactly, that 4-12 season. You did the best job you could do.
But being, injury is part of the game.
It is.
Being a head coach, there's no excuses. You got to find players to come in and fill the
The
gap.
problem is we had like 8 million quarterbacks that couldn't throw a pass. I mean, what you gonna do about that? But as far as Jason Garrett,
Brandon Williams.
Y'all should have got Michael Vick.
yeah.
Right. Michael Vick.
Man,
Man, we can go get Colin Kaepernick. Come on now.
y'all should have got Michael Vick.
Yes, Michael Vick.
No, we could have got anybody else with Michael Vick.
No, Michael
I
Vick.
like Michael Vick.
Me too.
I do too.
I'll wear my jersey
That's why
next
they
week.
did. That's why they won.
Mike, I'm gonna wear my jersey.
So you like Brandon Williams over Vic?
No, I ain't gonna have my pit bulls around me.
Don't even try. It's not. He was a victim
No,
of
no.
circumstances. Don't try.
No, I'm okay. Yeah,
Don't.
Michael Vick over
It
Brandon
just-
Williams, over any quarterback that we had last year.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah, Michael Vick over any quarterback we had last year. I mean,
Okay, see.
but as far as Jason Garrett should be respected as a good coach in the NFL.
You want me
Because
to comment on that?
well, let me finish. Because drafting is a part of that. If you listen to their players now, if you listen to how they speak, they actually sound like Jason Garrett.
Absolutely.
So that means he
So it took him 5 years to get the respect that he have now. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I agree with that.
But he earned it. Huh?
He earned it.
And he deserved it.
He earned it because they won 13 games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jesse Lindsay says yes. If you're respectful when I meet you, then you get respect. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how old you are, how old or how young you are. So that means you have to come in. And Jesse's saying you got to come in respectful.
So would you cuss out an 8-year-old if she was acting?
How can you respect somebody when you first just meet them though?
That's why it's all. That's what I'm saying. It's always. See, I think it's almost like. I think when I first meet you, I'm gonna meet you on on because I don't know enough about you, I can't say anything bad about you.
Right.
I can't degrade you or anything like that because I don't know enough about you. I'm just hey, how you doing? How you doing? And that's it. So that's where the respect starts.
Well,
because it's given both ways.
Yeah, and let me share this with you. Being a leader of all the retired players of Dallas the last 4 years, the first thing I had to do was to make sure that these guys respect me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that I didn't put up with no BS. I mean, I'm always on time. I'm consistently doing stuff, and then if they call me, I'm calling them right back. So part of that was being committed to build a relationship with these guys so they can trust me.
Right.
Did they
So,
try you?
They tried me.
They did.
They did try me. They tried me.
Okay.
They come in and start talking in the meetings and stuff like that. And I
And shut that down.
shut that down immediately. We don't need you in here if you're gonna bring that kind of
Do all that.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, that's
And then he also comes back with, well, what they talking around here. Can y'all slow down the comments here? So he says true, but not if they acting out of pocket. He says, and just as fast as you earn it, you can lose it. I agree about
Okay.
that.
So yeah, what
Okay.
I feel like a little feisty little lady and she 80 years old. What would you do?
What'd you say?
Oh,
You have to say my comment first. He was responding to my comment.
oh,
Oh, okay. We're taught we're taught to respect our elders. It's just given. It's given.
Oh.
Yeah, you are taught to respect your elders. It is given. Shelley says you're taught to respect the elders. It's given.
And then he responded.
And then he responded with true, but not if they're acting out of pocket. And then it says, just as fast as you earn it, you can't lose it. Let's talk about the losing part of it. I've always said this right here. You can do 100 things. And in those 100 things, 9 out of them could be perfect. 9 out of them, they're praising you all those 9 out. That one thing you do wrong is what they remember you by.
yep, absolutely.
And that one thing, which makes us as shallow as all our doors.
Exactly.
Because we don't take the totality of your events and put those, we take that one thing. So the whole, you can lose it just as quick. That losing it to do one thing, you can trip over your shoe and they don't respect you no more.
Let me ask you something.
She's accomplished.
Right, but you done ran a touchdown 20 times.
Right, but now look at it, I'll see that's why you'll do it.
Let
That's
me
why
ask you
I'm
something.
losing.
Is it a man's place to respect a woman?
Ooh.
So, tune in next week.
Answer my question.
Ooh, good stuff.
Well, I have a,
That's right. The spotlight, put that spotlight on you.
I've heard that, if we go on a biblical basis,
Stop stuttering.
You know how they say this, my job is love.
couldn't find the scripture.
My job, I know the scripture says,
I'm watching you.
husbands love your wife as Christ also loves the church.
Right.
Wives respect your husbands. Wives will quickly say, I gotta respect you, I ain't gotta love you. Can a man say, I gotta love you, I ain't gotta respect you? Can you flip that? To me, I think that if you love your wife, you respect her.
Yeah.
It's not a duty. It's just what's natural. If you love your wife, if you're in love with your wife, you're married, then it shouldn't even be a duty to love your wife. But you love your wife, so it has to be natural enough to respect her.
So next question.
Dang.
You want me to answer that question? I can answer that question.
Go ahead.
I grew up with 7 sisters.
Dang.
Mm.
He had to.
So-
They kind of like me.
So
It was a duty.
That's like it was.
So I knew firsthand of how
Wow.
to respect them because I knew their emotions, I knew how they felt.
Mhm.
And so I was around them all my life, so I kind of knew the other side, how they feel and how they react and so forth.
So respect.
Okay.
It's
Next
not a
question.
giving,
Okay,
like you
what's the
said,
next question?
it's a giving. And deserve.
Let's go to the women. Is it a woman's place to give him something to respect?
Ooh. Ah. Come on, you need help with that answer?
Well,
It's for the whole panel.
Well, no.
You,
That's
anybody,
good.
don't mind.
No, you start. You
we said the woman. No, you're correct. Yeah, absolutely. Cause it's so many, like you said, being around ladies. It's a way to be a lady. You have to earn that.
Mhm.
It's because you can act accordingly. You know how our grandmother said, if you don't act like my mom, she still wear her skirt. If you don't give me what she said, we give too much. You don't show. What she say?
Mhm.
You show too much.
Mhm.
You don't give them nothing to
To
be
imagine.
imagined, right? And part of that, those ladies, I call them my mama age group divas because they are ladies, and you can't help but to respect. So yes, I believe, yeah, I gotta give you something to respect me about. If I'm gonna act like a trash, how
you gonna expect me to respect you?
be respectful? I'm gonna act like trash.
And the one thing about a man, if a woman not a lady,
Right.
then they never not gonna respect.
They never will.
Never will.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so that goes hand in hand
Exactly.
sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, see, they're married. See, they married ladies.
So,
and
so I'm just hearing something. A woman has to do something to get respect,
How about the men?
but a man is supposed to always give respect.
Is it a difference between a woman and a lady?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A woman's more mature than a lady,
Okay.
and she's definitely more mature than a flock. I just learned that word.
And a what?
What, mature than what?
Thoughts.
I just learned that. Where you learn? You learn that?
Don't take that out your. Don't you say that again.
Don't you say that outside? You said thought?
Yeah, I just learned that word.
Don't say it again.
I really did. I was like, what?
When you learned that today?
No, it was a couple of weeks ago. We was at my cousin's house. No,
Crazy like a fox.
no, I'm not gonna tell it meaning. It's it's an acronym.
Okay.
You know what? You don't know what it means.
Whew. Okay, so your thought is
It's an acronym for that over there.
They go on too
not
low
a
there.
lady, not a woman.
No, that hole over there.
I
And he said it. This radar, huh? It's no PG. He said it.
Hey, it's rated R.
Rated
All
R.
right. So
So I got
So
two.
did we answer the question?
well, I think I think
We got
the
one more
answer-
comment.
Oh, we got one more comment.
Okay.
You know, maybe he might have.
Jesse.
That was too much for me right there.
Let's see. Where's the comment? What's the
One more
comment?
comment. Jesse said it's a two-way street. If you want it, you gotta give it. Period.
Yeah.
With regard to marriage.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
see, for me, that kind of reminds me, you treat people the way you want to be treated,
Yeah.
and you talk to people the way you want to be talked to.
Mhm.
Right.
Respect got to be earned. I mean, it keeps going up. I understand what
So
you're
you're back-
saying.
so you're back-
It goes back to what I've been saying. Respect is to be earned, then it is to be given.
Now, how would you go about if somebody was an older person and acting out what you think out of order? How would you, do you ignore them and pray for them, or do you, do you?
You just don't stay around it.
If the person's out of order,
Yeah, like 70, 80 and just acting up, cussing or disrespecting you.
I ain't never met this person.
No.
I'll pray for him. I have to. I don't have a choice but to pray for them. You still, but see, even through all that, if you treat them with the mannerism that you have,
Well,
let's see,
that's biblical principles, though.
Yeah.
Treat others like you want them to treat you.
Yeah, that's-
right,
And even if they don't treat you the way you want them to treat you, still treat them that way, though.
That's
right,
the biblical-
right. I was going to get to that,
Now,
right.
that's biblical.
So that's why you continue to, and you'll eventually earn that respect,
Right.
Right.
but you will never disrespect,
Right.
because disrespect is a sin.
Right.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can say I respect you, but let's see, we got another comment here, and then we're gonna have to move on. What about respect in marriage? Okay, how do you respect a parked car? You start that bad boy up, put some gas in it, jump it, put another car behind it. It says, don't park too close and watch the doors when they open. Jason said, don't park too close and watch the doors when they open. but the whole parked car scenario is, for women, how do you respect a man who just don't want to go nowhere?
Mm.
The Bible did not give you any parameters of why you, just like the Bible tells us, husbands, love your wives as Christ also loved the church.
Yeah.
The church sped on Christ, and he still loved his wife. The Bible says, ladies,
Wives.
wives, respect your husband. It didn't say when to respect them. It said to respect them.
It did say in the Lord.
It didn't say how to respect them. It said respect them.
Right.
So if that
Right.
car is still parked, you still respect that parked car. Just make sure you wash it every day.
Get it some gas.
Give it some gas, something like that. Even if it don't move, you gave it some gas.
Well, but I can tell you this while we're on the biblical principles here. You know me.
Go ahead, Deacon.
I'm done.
You gonna change
I
his
can
name to
tell you
Deacon?
this. It is hard for a woman to follow a man if he has no vision for his family.
It is. You're absolutely right.
Period.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So the respect may go to another level, but if she's going to be the wife, the godly wife, she's going to try her best prayerfully to respect them. But
it's hard. I understand. I do.
They're going to submit you.
I know that. I know that. Now that's when you start evaluating. Okay, well, did I see the parked car before I married the parked car? Because the car didn't just park.
So you
It's been parked for a second or two. Yeah. You just didn't think that was your car. You think it was somebody else's car.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go home until he decides. Oh, he can call it now. Now that car was parked when he walked by.
Yeah.
You know. So sometimes it goes to your own. You know, how much do you want it, and are you disregarding the sign?
Right.
And
Because,
so
right.
once you marry that parked car,
Yeah.
heck, the car ain't gonna stop being parked.
Right.
It might
Or
move
I
an
think
inch or
you
two.
can change it.
Oh no! Because first of all, it's hard to paint a car because it costs money. You know, if the engine ain't, it costs money,
And a dent in it.
and a bunch of dents in it, it costs money. You know, if the windows broke, it costs money. So you can't change a parked car.
Okay.
Because guess what? You got bills to pay.
Absolutely.
So,
Okay.
all right. So we've surmised that. I think respect is earned and given. You give it first.
So that's your final answer?
That's my final answer. I think
It's
earned
always-
and given.
what verse?
It's a two-way street.
Okay.
It's first given because as soon as I meet somebody, I'm gonna automatically respect you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then then you build the earning up of that respect,
Mm-hmm.
and you can lose that respect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my wrap up is it's earned and it's given.
Okay.
But, I mean now
We agree with
the question is what came first, the chicken or the egg?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's an individual person answer.
Right.
You know, like when I met Byron, I immediately respected him.
Right.
I ain't gonna say nothing else.
But, I mean,
No comment.
He knew it.
And when I met you, I immediately respected you. So,
And then,
What's it? But now,
but now I want you to go out there and wash your car.
and I do want
I ain't
to
got no
say,
gas.
yeah, okay. But you,
It don't start.
okay.
That's funny.
but I do want to commend you. When I see you with your family and how the things that you say on Facebook, it really, it's enlightening to see that. And you as grown, like you said, I don't know how your past was, but you as a man and with your family is really,
Thank you.
yeah, it's.
Okay, this is a sports show. This ain't the teary eye hour.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry because it got touched.
All right.
Hey, she, whatever God put in her heart to say, she said on there. I mean, you can't fault her for that.
That's my whole family.
Sniffness.
Okay, it is.
But that's cool though. That's cool. That's cool. You know.
I got next week's question too. If you guys want to hear
You
it
know how you got to bring a little.
All right. Let's do next week's question.
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, let's do next week's question.
It's simple. You ready, Shelley? It's real simple. You put it on Facebook tonight.
I'm going to put it on there right now.
Why? So I
It's
can't
a-
change it? Y'all wrong for that.
No, it's
He
a
gonna
statement.
change it. He gonna change it.
It's a fill in the blank statement, Miss
All right.
Woman.
All right.
You should never blank on the first date.
Ooh.
I don't want that. I don't want to do that.
You don't want to say guilty answers.
All right, change that subject, please, this week.
No, I like that one.
You got 7
I
minutes to
can't
think
find a
about
graphic for that.
Is that right? Ooh.
it. You should never
Yes, she can,
blank.
Shelly. Yes, she can.
You should never blank on the first date.
You should never smoke marijuana.
There you go.
I got a graphic for that.
There you go. Not on the first date.
Oh
Or
man.
smoking before the date.
That was part of the news today.
Yeah. Marijuana,
Yeah,
yeah.
with the NFL, so I was messing with.
Thank you so much for throwing that in, because that was an important topic.
Still wanted it too. We'll revisit that for you.
Okay.
And
Because we
that-
had a
and
TV
that-
show about that. I was thinking about
Oh really?
it. Yeah.
The question was, are you considered a bad parent if you smoke weed? That was the question.
Every time you say,
Good
every time you
question
say,
today.
every time you say that, she her Ooh. Let me think here. When she was born,
And see, with that question, you have to consider what he came up, what you had talked about in the beginning about using marijuana as pain management.
glaucoma.
Yeah, absolutely. Cancer patients use it.
You know, when I was
That ain't
looking,
why you smoking marijuana. Let's just be honest.
when I didn't get a chance to say this in the beginning of the show, when I was looking into what the NFL is trying to communicate with the NFLPA, I guess they're trying to get rid of opiates, which is how Prince died.
Yeah.
Opiate addiction,
Right.
and they're saying we're trying to find ways to possibly get rid of opiate addiction.
Right.
Opiate addiction.
Uh-huh.
And my thing is, when you smoke marijuana, you inhale and smoke, and that's just as addictive to me as opiates. For me, so we're talking about addiction, but at the same time, the painkiller. You know, and for what I understood, we had a president or two who was using marijuana to
He didn't
relieve
inhale.
pain on his back.
He didn't inhale.
But it wasn't addictive.
He didn't inhale.
Marijuana is not addictive.
Was it
It doesn't have any addictive
was it
properties
prescribed
in
medication? I mean, how was it?
Can I ask you a question?
It doesn't have any addictive
Have you
properties in it.
ever known anybody to overdose on marijuana?
Right.
Never.
Because it
Never.
doesn't have any
Now,
chemicals.
I never smoked, but I ain't never
No,
heard that. That's a good point.
That's the difference.
Yeah, it's
I
a
never
plant.
inhaled.
It has no chemicals in it. It's grown from the earth.
Right.
That's why they.
Tell them.
Right.
Yeah.
And she eats brownies all the time.
That's why she's so fun to be around. That's why she's so fun to be around.
Are you crazy?
We got
Sure.
a box up downstairs.
I do not.
Let it sleep in the car tonight.
In the park.
You might be in your
He is not
trunk
the
if you don't
first
stop
person to say
playing.
something like that.
That's why
So
she's
he gonna be in one of y'all's trunk, okay?
Shen is very fun to be around.
No,
I'm
but
Right.
seriously, up
I
until
can't
what he
even
just said, I had never heard anyone overdosing
No,
on
you don't-
marijuana,
you
but you
don't.
can overdose on opiates.
Yeah.
But you don't
Because
overdose
it's
on
chemical.
marijuana.
I
It's a
like that.
chemical.
I like that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Marijuana is herbal.
Absolutely.
It comes from the
It
earth.
comes from the earth.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't
no
think
And,
about
and,
it.
and you
How
know
do you not?
what? It's a different effect for different people.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, and I'll say this right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've only smoked it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Did you inhale?
No, the first time I didn't. The first time I didn't, because I was with a friend. I was like coming out of high school, and then I
Boy, you going to jail.
No, coming out. No, not coming out. Not walking out.
I'm
of
just
high
saying it's illegal. You're going to jail.
school. No.
I'm
The
just
statute
telling-
of limitations is gone.
Oh, okay.
So you know, I hit it a couple times. I walked onto the house.
Ooh,
It ain't gonna
wee.
be nothing. And the second time with Flavor Flav, and I had to get him something.
Oh my goodness. You just telling all kind of folks.
He gonna tell the
business.
truth. Tell the truth.
Yeah, I had to get him somewhere, and I was like,
I'm
okay.
gonna need you to retract that statement you said about me though, because that is a lie.
Okay,
from
she
the
don't
pits of
have
hell.
brownies. She got them downstairs. She don't have them in her pocket. But she sure been thinking though.
Boy, you is
You're
crazy.
gonna have a lot of comments. Shit, that's all right. Shit, that's okay.
Nuts. He's a
When you
nut.
gonna sell a brownie?
You're right.
Hey, give me a brownie.
Yeah.
We'll be over there, girl. Don't worry about what he's saying, girl.
Get all of y'all.
Lying around the corner. All right, so we got.
And I can't. Okay, let's be honest. Boy, I had a brownie, and oh my God, the girl didn't tell me that it had a slice. I was there. I said,
Glide. Small world with you, glide.
Now we got the brownie stuff.
Right.
See, that's where the brownies came from.
She on the phone hollering, how y'all doing?
Hey, whatever you need, you got it.
What? Small world, what you doing?
I've heard about them. I've never had one.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it is sweet to it. Then you eat it like you said it was regular brownie.
Wow.
It hit.
They got cookies too, right?
Yes.
That man, remember I told Cedric they had a guy on the news.
Right,
The guy had a trunk full of cookies. He had a license from California.
Oh, yeah.
He brought him into
Yeah.
Texas and they put him in jail. He brought him for his granddaughter who was
Oh, yeah,
suffering
yeah,
from
right,
cancer.
That's
Oh,
right.
and they put him in jail?
They put him in jail. It's illegal in Texas to have it.
Yeah.
But he brought them from somewhere else.
He brought it from California. He bought it legally in California. But when you cross the border, that's why Snoop Dogg done got caught and put in jail.
See, that's why you
When
should
you
put it in
cross
a-
the border into Texas, you cannot be in possession of marijuana.
You should
It's
put it in a
illegal.
sock and put it in
Right.
the bottom and then put it.
Wow.
I don't know what tipped him off though to get him. You know, I don't know what
we
tipped
gonna
him
Tips
off.
and everywhere now.
We gonna get stories after we get off air. We get
Do
stories.
you like the little bottles and the thing that you can put on?
We don't know that.
I don't know.
I'm pleading the fifth. All right, let's move on real quick.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
You don't want to.
Let's talk about all these guys who smoke marijuana.
Woo! Wow, see, is that?
Well, you know Jerry
Well,
Jones.
what had
probably-
happened was,
What's
probably
wrong with you?
probably got trees in the back.
Yeah, you get trees.
why y'all
Treat
think
him
Jerry
so
living
bad.
so long?
All right, so let's go.
That's why Jerry lives so long.
Let's go to
Them herbal remedies.
Okay.
the safety Kenny Easley from
Seahawks.
Yeah.
Seahawks. Did you play against him?
Yeah, I played against him.
Yeah. Was he a beast?
Man, he would knock your head off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got him on. He hit me a couple of times.
Wow.
Yeah,
That you remember, huh?
but I had 103 yards on him.
Oh my God.
Gave something.
Oh yeah, he hit me, but I got 103.
I gave something to think about too.
Yeah.
He was a great player though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Deserving.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was kind of like
Seattle didn't have a lot of Hall of Famers,
right.
and so you got Steve Largent, you got
Kennedy.
Cortez Kennedy.
Cortez Kennedy.
Yeah. And then
Did
now-
he just pass away?
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
passed
just
away.
passed away.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I think he was 50 years old. So
What was his cause of death? Because no one knew.
I think he might have had a heart
I
attack.
think yeah, hard, yeah, yeah. So I mean that was pretty much it there
Mhm.
in Seattle.
Kurt Warner.
Jason, Kevin Green, he played.
No,
he
but
played.
he played a little bit with Seattle.
Yeah,
but
but-
he's more with
The
Green
Rams.
Bay. I mean,
The Rams.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
yeah.
Pittsburgh. That's right.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a little stint in Seattle.
Isn't
So,
Kurt Warner running back in the Hall of Fame for Seattle too? The
Uh,
running back Kurt Warner with the C.
No, yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
that's the one. He should have been in the Hall of
Should
Fame.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about. He should have been in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the other Kurt one that we're gonna mention.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not saying he shouldn't, but
Right.
you got Jason Taylor out of Miami,
Mhm.
defensive end at Miami. I thought he was. I really thought he was overrated. I thought he was a manager of the game, but I didn't see a lot of plays that said, "Oh my God, these guys is like all world."
Yeah.
I thought he was really overrated.
Yeah, he wasn't like Lawrence Taylor.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
He had a good career though.
as a defensive, he had a long career too.
Yeah.
But as a defensive end, I would expect more of a DeMarcus Ware type
But
career, but I didn't get that. I mean, he was a good run stopper and he was a good pass rusher, but not just overwhelming.
right. Yeah.
You know, but I think I think this is one of those that may have gotten in based off of career, because sometimes you can get into the Hall of Fame based off of your after the career,
Yeah, yeah, and he does a lot off the field.
and I think this is one of those after the careers.
Yeah.
More
I mean,
damage.
he had I was looking up his stats. He played in a career 233 games, had 140 sacks in 233 games. That's a pretty good ratio.
That is, but
Now I'm speaking of Jason Taylor.
oh yeah, I'm saying, but what I'm saying
140 sacks in 233 games.
is it's almost like when you gain, let's say from running back games 1,200 yards, you're like, dang, he had 1,200 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that. But when it's all total, yeah, he had 1,200 yards.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's how his sack total was. You know, he'll have a 9 game, or 8 game, or something like that.
Mhm.
But over the course of time,
Yeah.
I think his was just more just those hidden stuff, that
Right.
hidden stuff. Like even with I say sometimes that Emmitt Smith, sometimes you're like, dang, he gained 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it wasn't impactful.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jason Taylor, you know, while he's in the Hall of Fame, you know, you got to congratulate him. I don't think he had a lot of impact that said, oh, first ballot, let's bring him in.
Could be
Yeah.
because of the team he played on.
Exactly.
Yeah, Miami, yeah. Yeah, because we didn't watch a lot of, Miami's not in this area, so.
But
don't
if
watch a lot.
you think about it, anything over 120 sacks,
That's good.
that's outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's your deserving.
Yeah.
That's your deserving.
Okay.
Morton Anderson.
Kicking.
Definitely
Yeah.
Hall of Fame.
Bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
With most points in the NFL right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
He played until he was, I think, 45.
45, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a shoe in there. He
Yeah.
should have been Hall
Yeah.
of Fame.
That was your original Moneyball.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
He definitely.
Yeah, when you got up there, you know, okay, here we go. Well, at least it wasn't like Scott Linehan
Yeah.
that helped you out win.
Oh my goodness.
Did you play in that game?
I didn't.
But you saw the game, you was like, God,
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Buffalo just gave it up, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
And it's like, golly, glad you went on Buffalo, huh?
I'm glad it wasn't on Buffalo.
Okay, first running back we get into is Terrell Davis. 6-year career.
Mm-hmm.
I think his claim to fame was the migraine game.
Right.
You know, when he had a migraine in the Super Bowl, they took him out. He couldn't see, but they put him in for one play just to distract the defense.
Right.
And that was one of the plays he really couldn't see. He was just in the distraction, and evidently it worked. But I think we talked about this off air. Because of John Elway, I think both of them needed each other.
Right.
To get to that Super Bowl.
Right.
I couldn't see them doing it without each other. Because John Elway had been to Super Bowl 4 times prior to that,
Right.
and did not win.
Absolutely, yeah.
Then you get a running game, and that's why I would say running games. And I don't know why the NFL is getting away from this, but the running game is what helps the passing game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It opens up everything, because now they're putting, if you got a good running back then, you got a good running game, they're putting 8, 9 in the box.
Right.
So that makes the receivers going one-on-one.
Right.
And the receiver loves to get one-on-one coverage,
Absolutely.
unless you're playing against Dion.
Yeah. And the old game was you run the pass, not pass the run.
Not passing. Now they passing the run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so but Terrell Davis, I mean, he had some games that's like eye openers. He wasn't a 6th-round draft choice.
Yep.
He was one of those 6th-round draft. I mean, and for him to drop that much,
Right.
you know, and then still do what he did. But I still say there are other running backs, I believe, like a Kurt Warner out of Seattle, that I think may have been more deserving of this Hall of Fame ballot.
Right.
Then Terrell.
Yeah, because Kurt Warner had a long career with a sorry team. You know, and you look at these running backs that did it with teams that just really wasn't about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a Barry Sanders or Walter Payton. You know, had to stand behind those lines and still. I'm going back to the 70s. Chuck Muncie, remember Chuck Foreman?
Yeah.
You know, those running backs that had to just do it time and time again. And you got this just a sorry line. And I think Kurt Warner was that type of player that day in and day out, he still did it with a bad line. Where Terrell Davis comes in, you got Rod Smith on one end, you got John Elway back here.
Right.
You know, I think Shannon Sharp was on that same team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so you got players on that team. That defense wasn't no joke either.
Yeah, they had a great defense.
Yeah, so
Steve Atwell.
One of the hardest hitters. Atwell, you ever go against him?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, did he?
He hit, man. he won't be say I got knocked out or something. I think.
No.
He didn't Christian Okoye you, huh?
No, he didn't.
He didn't stop your career. Cause he stopped Christian Okoye's career.
Oh yeah, he
shut Christian Okoye's
I
career
just talked to
down.
Steve a couple of months ago too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, y'all cool now, right?
And he was moving back from DC back to Denver, so I'm over the Denver chapter too. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you need to bring him on the show sometime.
All right. I got his number.
Okay, yeah, bring him on the show. We'll have Steve Irwin on the show.
I think one of the most impressive stats on Terrell Davis in 95, 96, 97, 98, in those 4 seasons combined, he had a total of 6,400 yards rushing in 4 years.
Because he had that 2,000-yard season.
Right.
So that's an average of at least 1,600 yards a season for 4 straight years.
And that's where you get in.
Right.
And then I think retired due to migraines.
Migraines, yeah.
And you can't fault him for that. I mean, with the concussion thing going on now. So.
It's the same thing with Gale Sayers. You know, Gale Sayers retired because of me. He couldn't function. But Gale Sayers was like I look at Gale Sayers and Terrell Davis, but I look at Gale Sayers as a better running back because Gale Sayers, you don't score 6 times, 6 different ways in the game.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You don't do that. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know, and at the time he was doing it, they could do anything to you. I mean, now the league is so soft.
Oh yeah.
By the time Gale Sayers was doing it, they can chop your leg off, and it might not be a penalty.
Exactly.
We just got to see how he got hit.
You can put a steel
plate
plate
in your arm. Yeah. Put an axe to his leg. Go, well, I didn't see the axe. What you talking about? You see the blood? Yeah, I got the blood.
That's right.
Yeah.
Has got
LaDainian Tomlinson. I like LT.
TCU.
TCU. Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, and he was one of those backs that played behind just a okay offensive line. You know, you got Phillip Rivers later on because it was Drew Brees. Before even Drew Brees, it was I don't know who the quarterback was before Drew Brees.
Dan Fowler. I don't know.
No.
Hey, I went all the way back. No, but
I want to say.
Oh, I guess she gonna say Don Correa was coaching.
Yeah, no. I forgot earlier. But you said
I want to say Billy Joe Tolliver, but I think I think that's too far back.
It might be in between that. Yeah. Billy Joe Tolliver. God, that's
I
not as
just
bad
talked
as
to
Dan
Billy Joe
Fausto.
last week, man. Y'all bringing up people I'm talking to.
That's not as bad as Dan Fausto.
I just said that to see if you know about history.
Yeah. Come on now. That's not as bad as Dan Fausto. Johnny Jefferson back there.
John Jefferson, yeah.
How could I forget Ryan Leaf?
Oh yeah, Ryan
That's who it was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It had to have been him
Ryan
before, and then Drew Brees.
Andrew Brees, yeah.
Right.
Ryan, God, no.
Wow.
Did you
How
talk
could
to
I
him?
ever forget him?
Ryan, he's trying to get his life back on track, isn't he?
Yeah, he got a nonprofit program, I think out in California, about drugs.
Yeah.
And some other things that off the field issues that he had.
Well, at least he's not as bad as Todd Marinovich,
Yeah,
who says he's gonna get back into football.
Oh, no, he know we just.
Dude, you've been smoking that marijuana a little bit too much. They couldn't open his.
Oh, yeah.
They spiking his marijuana.
Yeah.
He can't get in the league. But LaDainian Tomlinson, I thought he was a classy running back.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was a great running back, and he was one of those running backs that was behind a team that really wasn't. San Diego wasn't putting nobody around nobody. And San Diego's whole mantra is they don't put nobody around. They get one star and they don't put nobody around that star.
Yeah.
I mean, you had your Schottenheimer days where, that they were winning, but when they got to the playoffs,
you couldn't do anything. That's Schottenheimer's MO.
Yeah.
When he was in Cleveland, they couldn't do anything. And then he went to, where did he go? Kansas, and they couldn't do anything.
Had the one year they had the best record in the NFL, and they lost in the first round.
That's
That's
him,
unheard of.
him and Andy Reid remind me so much like each other because they'll get in the playoffs and just stop.
Yeah.
Marvin Lewis.
Marvin Lewis got to get to the playoffs first.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Marvin Lewis starts off high, and then at the end of the season, it's like, okay, Cincinnati is nowhere.
Yeah.
Who's the rest of them?
Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones.
How could I forget
I'm
him?
gonna do Jerry Jones last. Kurt Warner is another one. I think the only reason why Kurt Warner is on this list right here because he comes out of the Arena Football League.
Yeah.
You go to the Greatest Show on Turf,
Right.
and you got Torrey Holt, and you got
Isaac Bruce. Marshall Falk.
You got all that around you.
Torrey Holt.
Yeah, you got all that around you. So
God.
you're gonna do something. And then what put him in is you take the Arizona Cardinals to the Super Bowl.
Right.
That was an icing on the
I think
cake.
that's what put him in. Because when he was with the Giants, he was sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
He was sorry, but he was behind Kerry Collins, wasn't
Yeah.
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 he? They both were sorry. I mean, but then when you go to Arizona, who's never been to the Super Bowl,
Right.
and you take them to the Super Bowl,
Oh man, that was
icing on the
that was a
cake.
deal breaker for
And
me.
then that Super Bowl was a back and forth Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was a real good Super Bowl. Had your boy not make that catch on the side, who was it? I forget his name. But number 10. Had he not made that catch, that tippy toe catch?
Oh, for the Steelers?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
him and Harris running the ball 98 yards back.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Antonio,
Harrison.
Antonio, was it Santana?
Santana Moss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Santana Moss. Yeah, had he
No, Holmes.
Holmes. Yeah.
Santana Holmes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, had he not made that catch and Harris not running that ball back 98 yards, then you might see Cardinals have a Super Bowl.
Right.
But that's why Kurt Warner is in. Because I really didn't see anything special about Kurt Warner as far as a quarterback. I didn't really see anything.
Well, I think he didn't make a whole lot of mistakes, but he got the ball to the playmaker's hand.
He managed the game.
Yeah, he managed the game.
As best as you can manage a game.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you straight up. For me personally, I think it's one of the reasons why Larry Fitzgerald's going to the Hall of Fame because of Kurt Warner. When Kurt Warner got to Arizona, Fitzgerald's numbers skyrocketed.
But here's the deal, though. It's hard for you to throw to yourself. Fitzgerald didn't have nobody to throw to him.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's hard to throw to yourself.
You're right.
Because Fitzgerald, when he came into the league, he was that top receiver.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
He was the top receiver. He was just the quarterbacks he had.
Didn't have nobody to throw it to him.
Mm-hmm.
So Fitzgerald may have made Kurt Warner's career.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to Kurt Warner making Fitzgerald. And then remember, you still got Anquan Bolden on that team too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so you got those two.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then last but not least, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, I think, is the great inventor of this modern age of football. I mean, the business side of Jerry Jones. Now, let's not talk about the general manager right now. We're talking about the business side of Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones introduced Pepsi to the NFL.
That's the first thing come to mind.
Yep.
Pepsi.
And he introduced American Express to the NFL.
Yeah.
He introduced huge sponsorships. He introduced stadium names
Right.
to the NFL.
Right.
When you got a man that know how to sell oil,
Yeah.
you're a good salesman.
Yeah, and he's still doing it today. Like when San Diego moved from San Diego to LA,
Yeah.
Jerry Jones's company is a part of that move, so he's going to make a couple of million off of that.
Oh yeah.
And then now the NFL is asking him to help us. He's got another traveling company that they travel NFL players, and Jerry Jones is a part of, he's a partner with the
Yeah.
New York Yankees.
Yeah.
So the NFL is saying, hey, can we partner in with you?
What?
You know, Jerry Jones is making money hand over fist.
His whole family set for life.
And they family and their family.
Even his Blue Star companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for you, oh, he's stupid. No, I'm sorry. No, that,
Really, Jerry Jones is the reason why all these owners want to have a new stadium.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Whenever you have a new stadium within 5 years, you can host a Super Bowl.
Mm.
If you don't want to host a Super Bowl as an owner, you get all these millions in incentives. So Jerry really just took the NFL to a whole different
It's a
level.
whole different level.
Yeah.
and now I'll say this right here. He did the same thing his predecessor did. Tex Schramm
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and Gil Brandt
Right.
took the NFL to one level.
Right.
When Tex Schramm came out of LA and bought and became the general manager for the Cowboys, he introduced television to the NFL.
Did Murkison play a role in that?
Huh?
Murkison?
No,
Yeah.
he was.
He just sold out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was actually, all he did was just bought the team and let Tex Schramm run.
I see. Okay.
Tex Schramm did him, and then Gil Brandt and came with this sophisticated method of how you draft players.
And free agent.
And free agent, and then you got Plan B
Right.
that came in and left again. So all it is, the predecessors of the Cowboys have taken this league to a whole nother level. So it's only right that you bring him into and induct him into the NFL, and he's still a part of the NFL.
Right.
One question, real quick. What is the one dark spot of Jerry Jones' resume?
Oh,
Right.
Tom Landry.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, you say that, but here's the deal, though. If we remember that age, that time period, Tom Landry had gone through a 3-13 season. He was
Right.
from 1986.
Mhm.
It was matter of fact, it was against the Giants. We had gotten Herschel Walker, and we were the Cowboys were beating the Giants in the first half. In I think it was 85 or 86.
Mm-hmm.
And then Giants came back and whooped the Cowboys the second half. And then the Cowboys they were 7-1 up until that point, halfway through the season. And the Cowboys season just went downhill after that. They were like
7-9.
well, I think was it 14 or 16 then?
It was
In 86.
86 or 14.
It was 14. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then after that, the next
2018.
Yeah.
But let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Jones had to do what he did to Tom Landry
You had
in order to get his name
Up there. Yeah.
up there.
You had to.
Yeah,
You-
because
but
he didn't want to compete against Tom Landry, and so he just eliminated and fired him and got him out the way.
But would he have, had he, let's say he not did that, would the Cowboys be as marketable as they are now had he not done that?
I think they would have, but it might have took him a little longer to do what he had to do.
So you saying if he had kept Landry as coach?
I don't think they would have been as marketable. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Landry was, even though Tex Schramm was the GM, Landry ran that team.
Yeah, no doubt.
And been a struggle, power struggle with
it
that.
Yeah.
was a power struggle,
Yeah.
huge power.
Yeah.
Because they even offered Landry to stay on
Right,
and give as a consultant or something like that.
Mhm.
right.
And Landry said, if I can't coach the team, I'm gone.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so he had to leave. Jimmy Johnson came in, and then they built that team. You know, the way Jimmy Johnson wanted to build the team.
Yeah.
And once that first Super Bowl was there, Super Bowl in 1992. After that, the Cowboys market just went back up because that American team, that moniker just.
I mean, I could vaguely remember that fire. I was just a measly 12 years old when that happened. But the reason I asked that question is because how I felt as a 12-year-old. All I heard, the whole town in Dallas hated Jerry Jones. How could you ever fire a man like that? I mean, that's all I heard. I'm like, dang, what did Jerry do?
But here's what you.
I know you fired the man,
Well,
but
here's what you didn't hear. He was actually on his way out a year before that.
Right.
okay.
Tex Schramm was going to let him go a year before that.
Right.
So this was already in the works.
On the table. Okay.
And as a matter of fact, I'm trying to figure out. He was getting ready to go out, and they had 3 names. I think Ron Hadley was one of those names.
Mm-hmm.
The coach for the Giants.
Yeah.
They had 3 names that they was. I think Bill Belichick was his name too. That they was going to bring in to replace Tom Landry.
Yeah.
The year before.
A year before, but then then they let Tom Landry go that next year, so he was 3-13. At that 3-13 process, what can you do? Your time is gone because you still try to run a flex defense. The flex defense don't work.
The game was passing you by.
It passed you way by. No more of this offensive lineman jumping up and coming down. Remember they used to do that all the time?
Mm-hmm.
That little where they try to get the offensive
Cowboy shift.
Yeah, they try to get the defensive line to make a move, something like that, so it'll come up and then come back down again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gone. The flex defense doesn't work anymore because you can't get players to run that to do that flex defense because it's more of a read and react. And in defense, you got to react. You read, but you got to.
Yeah.
It's got to be right then and there.
Right.
So you can't run that defense anymore. So yeah, he was kind of on his way out. Then you bring in a Jimmy Johnson. But while you're bringing in Jimmy Johnson, Jerry Jones in the background making his moves because that was the same year that Paul Tagliabue came.
Yeah.
And Pete Rose left. So Paul Tagliabue and Jerry Jones became really good friends. And because of them two, they start moving the NFL to a totally different direction.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is what you have because of Jerry Jones. So I think he's very well deserved.
It's well deserved.
Player NFL Hall of Fame. So that's my dissertation for the day.
That's
All
good.
right.
That was
That's
great,
that's the
Doctor.
Way to put it.
Dr. Lyons.
Yes. Good job.
Don't start calling you Doctor. We have to change some names up around
All
here.
right.
Professor, don't let him do it.
He's already.
We're going to say Deacon and Doctor.
Oh, so we're going to switch to deacon and doctor.
Dr. C.
All right, you've been listening to 411 Sports Talk Radio on 411radio.net. I am the bench warmer.
You
Dr.
still a
C.
bench warmer.
Yeah, I'm still
For a
the bench
reason.
I thought you was the parked car.
That's what a bench warmer is. Don't you realize that? I sit on the bench. I don't move. I don't get out there. Dante told my coach. Dante said, "You don't come in. No, I'll let y'all play. I'm gonna sit right here. I'm just watch." So yeah, I'm the bench. I'm the parked bench warmer car.
The park bench warmer.
Thank you, Byron, for coming on and sharing us your wisdom of the NFL Players Association. We want to have you back on again with some things kind of start getting moving and start happening, especially during the season. We definitely got to have you back on.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all having me and thank you very much.
All right. Small World. Glad for giving you a marijuana story. Glad for you to bring the cookies to the table.
My pleasure.
There you go.
Anything entertain. You know, tell the truth.
Did she earn the respect or did she?
Yeah, she had cookies downstairs.
And it was definitely a pleasure. Come back. See, tell I earned.
If the cupcakes are downstairs, it's earned. Professor, we appreciate you. We always appreciate you coming on.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Huh?
Music.
Yeah, we gonna play some music. We gonna get going. I'm playing
But
mine.
stay on top of it.
Stay on top of it.
And then I gotta thank my wife there. She's security.
I just say that.
She earned their respect then.
Security earned that
And it's
respect.
well deserved. All right.
Security earned that respect way before security was security.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
See, I did that. See,
Look at us.
I recall that name.
All right. This has been 411 Sports Talk Radio on 4radio.net. We will see you next week.
All right, let's roll.
Give us some music, man.